who are you? And how do you let yourself be seen? The courage to be fully seen. Maybe you find yourself in a threshold. Maybe by the ones around you, maybe even by yourself. It's called an identity crisis. Maybe you're shedding masks. Maybe you're burning heavy cloaks. Maybe you're lightening the load. Maybe people around you are asking, is this really you? Who is this? This is not you. You can be deeply desired and yet never fully known. And this is on you. Ultimately, it is on you. Are you letting yourself be seen? Are you letting yourself be seen in your weaknesses, in your darkest hours, in your despair? It's ultimately on you. And performance attracts attention where authenticity invites intimacy. And intimacy ain't for the faint-hearted. Performance can be performed. For performance, you put on those masks, you put on those cloaks, you put on persona, and we all do that to some degree. We all do that. We pretend, right? Again, fake it till we make it. And being fully seen, being authentic in our desires, our pain, our pleasure, our play, our full expression. Oof. That takes a lot. It takes a lot of trust in yourself, in the ones around you. And underneath there might be the question if we are chasing validation instead of visibility. And I'm not talking about visibility of views or likes or whatever. I'm talking about visibility as in, am I me? Am I showing up as me? And the internet is a wonky place for that. Because we only get to see glimpses. We only see what we choose to be seen in, or what the person presenting themselves chooses to be seen in. It's not real. You might have known that. And when I started this whole process of recording and putting things onto the internet, one of my mentors blew my mind. The mentor who taught me how to record video, audio, how to edit. He said, nothing on the internet you see on the internet is real. He might be right. There's so much you can do. There's so much you can alter. There's so much you can delete, cut, edit. And coming to you in this unfiltered way, I'm trying to do it a little differently, I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to be me. And yes, I have notes. Yes, I thought about this whole story arc of a year with the help of AI, for sure. And then how I let you see me. I tell stories, right? I tell stories. I try to reflect on the patterns in those stories, my experiences. And I try to get an angle on how that shows up in societal reflections. And I'm giving you tools, prompts to connect with yourself on a deeper level. I'm trying to be authentic. And of course, you don't really see me processing live here. You do see me telling my stories, sharing as authentically as I can from my experience. And I get a lot of bullshit for it. I get dick pics. I receive messages that that's not who I am. If I'm a prostitute, an escort, this is not how I know you. Again, no victimhood, simply sharing. So yeah, being seen, no matter where, if it's on the internet, in dating, in your relationships with your family, with loved ones, requires you to get good at rejection. That's a prerequisite. And there's definitely fear. Am I being accurately perceived? Am I being perceived and seen in the way I want to be seen? I don't know. Not always, from some of the feedback I'm receiving. And then people chat me up in the street, like, wow, I listened to that while I cooked dinner and it broke my heart. I cried with you. And this popped up in my feed when I drove to this meeting. And it made me be more real. It made me be more me. Thank you so much. So I think maybe I'm doing something right. I might be doing something right. And of course, I am scared if I am being perceived accurately. And also to some degree, I don't give a fucking shit. You see me through the filter of your life, of your experience. There's nothing I can do about that. And my intention here is creation. I'm here to tell you stories, hopefully so you can relate. Hopefully you feel a little bit less alone. Hopefully you feel like, oh, I'm not alone. There are people out there who share a similar experience. And yet, the temptation for self-curation is huge. Don't want to talk about abuse. Don't want to talk about drugs. Don't want to talk about sex. All that dark shit, all that shadowy stuff. Don't want to talk about money, career, corporate. Don't want to talk about disconnection. There are many things here that are heavy, that are hard. It's very easy to fall in the trap of self-curation, of making it more digestible, getting more views. And I noticed that with many of my clients in dating, and that's another one. I don't know if you've been on any dating apps recently, but it's the ultimate self-curation. And sure, there are great prompts and tools and maybe questions on the a little bit more sophisticated dating apps. And they're not a bad way to meet people. But ultimately, you choose your best photos. You choose your best words. How much of it is really you? How much do you let yourself be seen? How much do you put up walls, armors, protection? Which is fair enough. And the truth will come out at some point. The truth will come out. How much do we present ourselves as regulated, collected, organized, perfect, pretty, strong, easygoing, chill, fun, whatever keeps us safe / removed. And it's not hard. It's hard. It's not easy to be seen, to be vulnerable. especially if we come with things that are not so welcome, not so celebrated. Do I get angry? Oh yeah, fuck yes. I can get so pissed. I can get so mad. I can get so angry. Do I get sad? Oh yeah. I can wail. I can grieve. I can marinate in the darkest, self-piteous pits of heartbreak. Can I be avoidant? Oh, fuck yes, I can. Anxious? Sure. Do I pretend? Absolutely. Yeah. And all of this keeps me safe and removed. And maybe over time, and I truly think that that requires time. In any relationship, doesn't matter if it's romantic or a work relationship. Eventually we might let us be seen, let someone see us in our sorrow, in our grief, in our anger, in our despair, in our joy, in our lust, in our desire. Brilliance, tenderness. And that might come with, oh my God, please don't leave me. You've seen me now. Please don't leave me. Oh, the terror. It's so terrifying to be vulnerable, to be seen in thresholds of change, of transformation, to be seen at rock bottom, to be seen sick. No fun. It's edgy. Please don't leave me now that you've seen me this way. It's so edgy. It's terrifying. And also, it's a reflection of your relationship with life in itself. It's all those things that might be labeled as not good or dangerous or too much or too little. They are an expression of life itself. Grief is a part of life. Lust is a part of life. Not knowing the next step, having no fucking idea what's coming next, but also the pretending, also the discomfort, all of it are a part of life. They're a part of life. And what's huge for me showing up here weekly, can I let you see my work, which is really not perfect. This is self-production here. It's definitely not perfect. But can I choose creation over perfection? Can I let a client hear what I really think? Or am I trying to appease him? Can I let my friend know that I'm pissed because they canceled? Can I trust that I will be okay no matter what? That I don't have to pretend. That I don't have to worry about how I'm perceived. That I don't need to water down. Turn the dial down. Take the spice out. Another big one might be parents, family. This is not who you are. We don't recognize you anymore. One of the most public fights I've ever had. It's a great story, actually. I went to New York City many, many moons ago to attend a friend's wedding. After this other friend had convinced me I didn't want to go because flight and big city, and I was ultra hippie back then. But anyhow, she talked me into going, so we went. And it was great. It was amazing. It was so great. And also we had this huge conflict of, I did move away. I did move abroad. So our friendship, our relationship changed. And we took the train. We were on the train in New York City. And we had this conflict around politics. And she yelled at me, "You don't care! You don't care about the same things I care about. We don't share the same values anymore. I don't recognize you anymore. Who are you even? Who did you become?" On the train, New York City, super public. And we both cried so hard, and it's so difficult to keep showing up as we change, as we transform, as we grow. And it's also very challenging to be on the other side, to stay with someone as they grow, as they transform, as they become more them. And can we love them while they change? Can we say, "I'm so glad you don't recognize me anymore because I grew"? It's a big one. Big one. And that might be true with desire, with lust, with maybe kinks, with work to, follow a plan, but stay open for the magic, stay open for the miracles, stay open. And over time, as relationship builds, as trust builds, it might get super challenging because we think we know someone, but we barely know ourselves. And then this person is like, "Oh, I have this desire." Like, "Oh, that's so unlike you." We get judged for our desires, and that's really hard. We get judged for that discrepancy between how we are being perceived and maybe even how we presented in order to be safe, and who we actually are or who we are becoming. And it's a big ask and request for the ones around us. Can you love and accept me as who I am right now, in this moment? Can you let success find the real you instead of the polished you? And success can be partnerships, loverships, careers, promotions, invitations, book deals, interviews. Do they only get access to the polished version of you? Or can you let them in? Can you be open, vulnerable, real? I say there's two lines here, two lanes. One is the being, and one is the doing. And on the doing side, it's more the how do I present. Being admired, being desired, being understood, being followed, being liked. And then on the being side, that's more our essence. Being known, being seen, being witnessed, being met. Can you feel the two different qualities of that? I'll say them again. Being admired versus being known. Being desired versus being seen. Being understood versus being witnessed. Being followed versus being met. And the being side of things here, it's really a lot about, I get to be me. Love me or hate me. I'm me. And thank you for the reflections you're offering me. I appreciate that. I say achievement leads to visibility, where presence leads to intimacy. Achievement, visibility, presence, intimacy. Where do you feel more at home? Where is like, I want more of that. Do you want to achieve more? Or how are you curious? Are you wondering, how can I bring more presence into my life? I'd be so curious to hear. Let me know. And also visibility is tracked as danger in the nervous system. It's a threat. Like, do I blend in? Do I conform? Am I wearing gray, black, dark blue, maybe white? Or do I stand out? If I stand out, there's more surface level. There's more surface level. Not surface level, but there's more surface that can be attacked, that can be seen. Ain't easy. Ain't easy. It's a hard one. It's a tricky one. And we don't hide because we're fake. We might hide because we're real. And the danger of being real, of being visible, it might be attack. And then please know that it's hardly ever about you. A dear friend once said that not too long ago, really well on the internet. Jealousy is often a thing. Feeling rejected is often a thing, and then that gets projected on us, right? Because when we stand out, when we are authentic, when we don't whitewash, nice wash, greenwash, whatever wash, when we don't pretend, when we remove the fear of being perceived, we offer more surface. We offer more surface for projection. We offer more surface for bringing up, triggering, tickling up people's shit. Where they're like, you're a liar. Your sex life sucks and you're talking about whatever. Or it doesn't really matter what it is, but the more we allow ourselves to be seen, the more authentic we are, the more surface there is for people to find or poke holes. So being real, being seen, requires a shit ton of courage, almost this ability to brush it off. And I've spoken to that before. It mainly comes down to a sense of inner safety. The nervous system might track it as danger. Coming back to this, if I don't belong, I get chased by the saber-toothed tiger and I die. If I'm too shiny, too bright, too big, too loud, too emotional, too sexy, that triggers the shit out of people and they'll talk shit about you. And ultimately, is your soul safe? Yes, it is. And I wish to acknowledge the huge privilege I have as well. I live in a very safe country, lots of drinking water, clean air most of the time unless there are forest fires. I'm in a very able body. I have pretty privilege. I have resources. I do hold a lot of power. I can handle it. On the outside, I'm pretty safe too. And yet there are still moments where, I get shook to the core. It's so scary to show myself, to show up. So to some degree, authenticity might have had consequences already in your life. I'm sure you can tell tales where you were you and you were punished for being you. You were shunned, you were spoken badly about. Oh, I'm just catching something here about myself. Lovely. And also, real intimacy begins where impression management ends, where you don't try to manage how you're being perceived. And maybe even some gratitude can come in for being seen, being perceived to be a specific way. Real intimacy begins where impression management ends. Let that sink in. I can't read this word, which is a shame because I think that's a very good sentence I wrote down here. The deepest relationships are built on revelation, not competence. Competence? Does that make sense? Maybe. Anyhow, the more you reveal about yourself, the more there can be loved and appreciated about yourself. And maybe it is revealing your biggest fears, your biggest desires, your biggest kinks. Scary as fuck. And reveal yourself. The more you reveal, the deeper your relationships. Still learning that. Big, big time. And again, revelation might take time. Revelation might take trust. There's a thing called oversharing. But also the more you let yourself be seen, the more about you can be loved. So, moving into our felt sense, into this experience, in this body, right now, in this moment. Feel free to pause and come back or stay with it. Maybe you can have a big stretch, wiggle, a breath. And feeling whatever you're sitting on, the fabric you're wearing, your skin, the ground beneath your life. And as always, this is a transmission, not advice. All of it. And take what lands and leave the rest. And feel how your breath is moving your bones. And let your eyes wander around your space for a moment. This is where you are. What can you see? What can you feel? What can you hear? And what can you smell? And what can you taste? And take a few breaths with me. Breathing all the way out, emptying out your lungs fully and completely. Breathing in. Let go. I'm smiling because as I'm reading the first question, I'm like, guilty. Okay, question number 1. Where am I editing myself before I speak? Whoops. Where am I editing myself before I speak? And staying with your breath. Noticing sensations inside of you. Maybe that's a tingling, a sharpness, a numbness. Maybe colors, images. Whatever is coming up for you is right and real and true. Where are you editing yourself before you speak? And then moving along to question number 2. Who in my life has met the real me? Big question. Who in my life has met the real me? And staying with sensations, staying with breath, maybe some movement wants to come through, maybe some sound. Who in my life has met the real me? Question number 3. What part of myself is quietly begging to be witnessed? What part of myself is quietly begging to be witnessed? Stay with it. Stay with your sensations, your breath, your expression, letting the body move, sound. What part of myself is quietly begging to be witnessed? I'm breathing a few more breaths here. Movement. And completing whatever you're needing to complete. Hands on your body, eyes wandering in your space. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for getting to know yourself a little bit better. I truly appreciate you so much. And I'd love for you to get on my email list, subscribe, be the first one to know more about programs, super special one coming up this fall. Also, follow, like, comment, share with someone who you think would benefit from this. When you're ready, you know where to find me.